We're recording.
We are recording. We are official. Welcome to our monthly Epic Alliance call. We're going to try to do this once a month and then keep plugged into Epic Empire, which is kind of our upline. And those calls are every Wednesday. So every Wednesday, try to be on those. We've got a lot of great info coming from those calls. Jatana kind of has a plug-in to some bigger names and just a wealth of information. And then we'll try as Epic Alliance to do this call once a month until our team has gotten a little bit bigger, so we always have a good handful of people, and then we'll go to our weekly calls. So I'm glad you guys have all taken time out to join us. I'm Julie, for those coaches that don't know me. Let's see, a couple of people that I'm not sure of, but welcome. I'm glad y'all are here. First thing we always like to do on our calls is go over recognition from the last month and from the current month that we're in. Who so far, Success Club, raise your hands if you know what Success Club is. So far, Success Club points, fabulous. All right now nobody is muted, so just take a minute. If you have Success Club points so far this month, in the month of March, raise your hand. Okay, fabulous. So Melanie, where are you at right now?
2.
Fabulous. Vanessa, where are you at right now? Vanessa?
2.
2. Fabulous. Miss Denise?
4.
Fabulous. Miss Ren, where are you at right now?
I just this second hit 10.
Woohoo!
Just now.
And I'm at 2 points and a coach.
How do y'all do it?
Yeah.
How do y'all do it?
Rachel, do you have any points? That's okay.
Can you
unmute? You got to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I just got home. You see what I'm doing? I'm sitting here with laundry. I'm unpacking.
Fabulous.
I have not even been on there. I have no clue.
Well, that's okay. Fabulous. We'll talk about that later. I think you're good. So again, that's 1 point for anything of Shakeology Home Direct, 2 points for a challenge pack, and your coaches if they sign up with challenge packs or Shakeology. And a shout out to Catherine, who's not on the call tonight. I know my 2 coaches, Catherine and Stephanie, are not on. They have got Easter productions going on at their church already that started this weekend. But she just hit Emerald this past week. So yay, big shout out for Catherine. If she goes back and watches this, it's very exciting. She's been working at that. So excited for her. And also wanted to remind everybody, hey baby, Super Saturday, April 2nd. So 2 weeks, not next week Easter, but the weekend after is Super Saturday. So I know that Denise and Ren and I and Rachel, I think, are going into DC. Who else? Are any of the other ones, are any of the rest of you going to DC?
No.
Okay. No? Do you guys have one that you're going to?
The one in here in North Alabama. I think it's
and that one's on Friday, so.
This Friday?
No, the next Friday. It's on, what is that, April 1st?
April 1st.
Yeah.
April Fools. Yes.
Vanessa, are you in that group for Huntsville?
I think, didn't you add me?
I think I did. I thought I did. I just want to make sure. Prego brain,
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Good.
Good. Well,
yeah, I need to pay fee or something.
You can still check in your Beachbody site, just type in like where are Super Saturdays and find out where there is one close to you, because those are just always awesome events to go to for training, just to be excited about the business because you're surrounded by other coaches. You get to hear other people's stories, coaches who are further up sharing their experiences with you and training on how to build your business. So they're always awesome to get to. So put it on your calendar, check it off, Saturday, April 2nd. Sometimes they're Friday night or Sunday, depending on where you're at. So look for your local one, and Denise or Ren and I can help you find one if you don't know where it is. And that's what I have to go over. So Miss Ren, toss it over to you.
Okay, hello everybody. Okay. So at the end of the call, that announcement that I was talking about is going to happen. Denise is going to do it. She's going to talk about it. But now I made a PowerPoint. If I can screen share, hang on. I have a PowerPoint for tonight. Oh, this is different. Okay, tell me, can you see my screen?
Yes.
It's like
And everybody go ahead and mute the lines too now.
Yeah, good idea. I can mute them somehow. Okay, while I'm screen sharing, I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Got it. Okay. All right. So tonight we're going to be talking all about Facebook. How do I make this big? Am I going the right way here? Denise, you're the computer whiz. How do I make this big?
Okay, down in the lower left, that square. I mean, down in the lower right. I know my right from my left. Over on the other side.
This one?
Yeah, try that. No?
Try the little squares in the upper right next to the X.
Oh.
That was already as big as it gets.
So that's as big as it's going to get.
There's got to be a way to make this go away, right?
Now it's Dee's turn because I don't know.
Where's that D at? Oop, I didn't mean to click that button. Oh, there we go. Okay. So Facebook, it's your business. That's where you do, well, that's where and most of us do all of our business. We do it from Facebook. So it's your storefront. That is where everyone comes to look at you and what you have going on. That's why this is so important, and we are doing a whole training all about it. It's where you're going to do your marketing. It's where you advertise. It's where your customer service happens. You know, your Facebook messaging people. It's where customer relations happen. Reviews and referrals. When people tag you on Facebook, you want them to say great things. So we need to know how to work your Facebook. So basically, your entire business is run on Facebook or some social media platform. Okay, so what you want to do, you want to pick 3 to 4 topics. So you don't even have to do that many. Most of us have just a couple that are not Beachbody related. So you want to build around, like you want a whole following on something, whether it's fashion or your kids, like mine, of course, is my kids, or your animals, or family if you don't have kids, any other kind of family, sports, couponing, gardening, military, anything like that. So kind of your what's the word I'm looking for? Niche. So you want to find your group of people that you want to relate to. So if you're following somebody who is all about fashion, they do fashion, and then all of a sudden they throw in there something about couponing, you're kind of like, you know, what? I followed her for fashion, X her out, I don't want her anymore. Jatana talked about that the other day too. So kind of pick something and stick with it. So if you're going to do more than one, consistently do more than one. Consistency is key here. So pick something and go with it. Okay, every single post on Facebook, every single one needs to be original. Of course, give thoughts, emotions, feelings, or advice. An engaging post is awesome, and the best way to do that is to ask a question or ask for advice. Every post needs to include you somehow or some way. If it's, you know, if it's my kids, that's me. If it's however, it just needs to include you. We're going to give some examples of that. Okay, so Denise was going through she was doing her remodel. And all of her posts when she was remodeling, they were all like, she was in all of them. She had Band-Aids here and there, so she did her home remodel and her body remodel, but she included her pretty little face. Here we go. Here's a very good engaging post. I know not everybody can do this, but it got like almost 100 comments. So something that you're asking for people's advice. People want to give their advice. They always want to put their 2 cents in. And the more people comment on your stuff, the better it is for you, because it keeps popping up in everybody's news feeds. And it shows like all those people that commented on that, they're now going to see my posts more. That's the way Facebook works. If you are liking someone's stuff, if you're commenting on it, you're going to see more of their stuff and they're going to see more of yours. So that's why we do engaging posts, because now all these people are seeing all of my stuff more. Engaging is good. Okay, here's one where you ask for advice, and I'm going to go into this a little more later, but obviously everyone wants to give their opinions on things like this. Anything for your kids, everyone thinks that they're right about something. She got a bunch of comments there. Good engaging post. Okay, so do's with your posts: be positive, ask questions, include a picture or special wording with text. You want it to be something eye-catching. So if you're scrolling through Facebook, what are you going to stop and look at? Are you going to stop and look at just a whole bunch of words, or is a pretty picture going to catch your eye? It's going to be the picture. So make sure, or pretty colorful wording or anything like that. Make it eye-catching. Comment on your own post. If you post something at like 7 a.m. and it gets nothing, you can comment on it again at like noon or that evening, and it'll get popped back up in people's news feeds. So when people comment on them, it gets popped back up so everyone can see it, like bumps it up. So comment on your own. It's not weird. It's not tacky. If it's like a challenge group thing, you can post like, yay, so excited about this, or spots filling up, or a couple spots left, anything like that. And it'll get it popped back up. So don't be negative. Do not get on Facebook and rant and rave. Don't do it. Don't talk bad about your husband. Call your friend for that. Keep everything positive. People are following you because you're a positive person. You're a beach body coach. So you're not supposed to be negative Nancy. Don't post political things. Guys, how many of you have looked at your newsfeed and wanted to delete about 20 people these last few weeks because of the political stuff? It doesn't matter. Just don't post it. You can say you voted. Woohoo. I wouldn't even post who you're voting for. It just creates tension. It's awful. People won't like you just because. It's just because. Don't do it. Don't post just to post. If you like wake up late and you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't posted yet, let me just throw something up, stop to think about it. If you're throwing some random post up that is just there's no content, there's nothing good about it, what is that going to do? Nothing at all. No one's going to like it. You're not going to get any interaction from it. It's just going to be bad. So don't post just to post. If people see something they don't like, they're going to kind of keep scrolling through your stuff. So we want to make sure everything has a purpose. Don't argue when people offer advice. So that ear piercing post, let's say someone came at you with like, you don't need to pierce your kids' ears until they're old enough to make their own decision. You're not going to come back at them with anything. You're just going to let them give you their advice, because that's all that post is for. It's not to argue. So do not argue on any of those posts. Again, creates bad things. Don't do it. Okay, so peak times. They're kind of different for different people, so you want to play around with your posts. If you're posting every morning at 7 a.m. and you're getting nothing, switch it up a little bit. Post a variety of times throughout the day. You're supposed to be posting at different times anyways. Like I said earlier, if you post at 7 and get nothing, and you comment on it at noon, and you get a whole bunch of stuff, noon's your peak time, one of them. Make a post go up at noon every day. I tried to do one like before 7:30 a.m. and because people are getting ready for work, scrolling through. I do one around 12 to 1 for lunch, and then I make sure to do one around like dinner time, and then most of the time after dinner. I try to do at least 4 posts a day. Those are my peak times. And I know since I've played around with it so much, I know what people respond to at better times. So you have to play around with it. Don't post at like midnight if it's about a challenge group, because no one's going to see it, of course, unless you comment on it the next day. We've also found that Saturdays are pretty bad days for posting. We don't get anything from Saturdays really. Those are the days I really just, I do a little content posting with coaching, and I post a lot about my family, but I never do like a big challenge group call to action on Saturday, because it doesn't work out. Sundays, Mondays, and Fridays are awesome for me. Okay, so when you comment on your own posts, of course, it pulls it back into the newsfeed, which reaches more people. You'll want to comment on it at peak times, like I just said earlier, like 7 a.m. You'll comment at 12 and then 7 p.m. Don't respond to people right away. So you'll notice on all of our posts, if someone comments, we don't go right in and comment right back. We give it time, because what does that do? Well, it pulls it up in your news feed the first time they comment on it, but then when you go back and comment on it, it pulls it back up again. So that gives even more people the chance to see your posts. And also, on that note, if you are responding immediately, and you do every time, people are going to be like, oh my gosh, she's always on her phone, she's always on Facebook, that takes so much time, I'm never going to be able to do that. I couldn't coach, I can't be on the internet all the time. So little things like that. People think of all kinds of ways to not talk themselves into it. They try to talk themselves out of it. So don't respond right away, give it some time. Okay, how to post. So your goal is to post 4 times a day, but you want to do it at least twice. Don't ever go a day without posting. You're trying to build yourself on Facebook. So you need people to get to know you. They need to follow your story and follow your journey. 4 times a day. Rotation of posts. Think variety. Don't do the same thing all day long. Make your posts a little bit different. And also with that, don't do a 7 a.m. Shakeology post every single day, because those people on at 7 a.m. are only going to see you talking about that, and it's going to get old. So switch it up. Your top 5 posts should display who you are. So when you look at your Facebook and you see your 5 posts right there, they should display who you are. People, when they're coming to look at your page, they're not going to keep scrolling. They're going to look at a few, and they're going to be either done with you or they're going to keep wanting to look. So those top 5 need to show a variety of things about you. They don't need to be all Beachbody either. Some examples, like your kids, and then something about letting people know that they can be a coach. So there's one calling out coaches, and then I'm pregnant and I get cool stuff for being a coach, but it's not all Beachbody, it's me and it's my kids, and it's kind of all that I'm about, if you know me. Okay, so how we incorporate Beachbody. You're going to share your journey. So that's going to include the struggles and the good stuff. So don't only be awesome all the time, because no one is going to think they can do it if you're just awesome all the time. Your journey is going to include those ups and those downs. If you cheated on your meal, or if you didn't do your workout, why didn't you? Post it. Post about it and tell people why. They can relate to that, and it draws more people in. So you can do workout videos, pictures of you, like during your workout, do different meals and recipes. That draws people in. Especially people who are trying to eat healthy. If they see you posting a healthy recipe, they're gonna be like, oh, let's keep an eye on her. She knows what she's doing. Or they might message you and ask for help that way. So you can share results, of course, your own and other people's. People are gonna get tired of seeing yours every week. So you can post other people's. Do not tag them if they're a coach, because then you're sending them business. If it is a challenger and you have, make sure you have permission to post it first. And then if they let you tag them, that's great. But if most people don't like it, so some people love it, just make sure you ask them first. And everything needs to be with excitement and positivity and leadership. Of course, you'll never post a Beachbody post that's negative and horrible, because that'll just kill your business. But be excited. Okay, keywords to use. Write these down, because these are gold. Mentor. So when you're looking to get new coaches, you're going to mentor them. Fitness, nutrition, support, accountability, limited spaces. When you use words like limited spaces and looking for 10 people, it creates like an exclusive feel. And I don't know about you guys, but anytime I read anything that's like limited spaces, I'm like, oh, what is this? How do I get in? Just because if you want, you're automatically going to want something that no one else can have. So if there's a limited amount of spaces, you're going to want to jump in like ASAP. Private group. People will want to know, that it's private. Test group is the words to use if there's a new launch. Do not ever use the words buy or purchase. You're not selling anything. You are helping people. They're not a Success Club point. They are a person. So don't ever talk about buying or purchasing. The on sale thing, every now and then we'll post about Beachbody sales, but normally we don't, because we don't want to come off salesy. So, hey, Pio's on sale this month. Come and get it. Just not the way to go. Okay, this next one is going to be a little bit iffy, but program titles. I have in the past posted, 21-day fix, whatever I was doing. And then months later, I had people come back to me saying, hey, I bought this on Amazon because I saw you post about it, and whatever, they need help now. And that's fine, I help them, but because I posted the program title, instead of coming to me to ask me about it, they went and looked it up themselves. So they bought it, and they tried to do it all by themselves, and they failed. So then they needed to come to my challenge group, which is fine. You let them in anyways. But when you post about the title, those people that don't want to ask or don't feel comfortable asking, they're going to go look it up themselves. Or they're going to click on your hashtag. If you have hashtag 21-day fix, they're going to click on it, and what are they going to see? A million other coaches and Carl Deichler and everything. The Beachbody itself. So they could just go and order it. People do not think, y'all. They do not stop and think, this is this girl's livelihood. I need to order through her. They're just like, oh, let me go research this, and they get it. So I've learned, and I don't post program titles anymore. That includes pictures of the program on your counter. They can look it up that way too. Shakeology selfies. Now, there is a way that you can do those and it be okay. Just don't every single day post a picture. Hey, look at my Shakeology. It's great. You want to add content like we were talking about earlier. Pictures of your DVDs, the same thing. Prices, don't ever post prices on Facebook. Never, never. Not even in your comments. You don't want to do that. And don't post your link on your Facebook because, again, we're not salespeople. We're not salesy. We're helping people and we're changing their life. And if you're posting your link everywhere, then you become a Networks distributor or something like that because that's what they do. We don't want to do that. So here's a great challenge group invite. Julie there, see it has her face on it. It has pictures. It's popping out at you. There's color. And then if you start reading over there, it does draw you in and you want to keep reading. I have my little things in the way, so I can't. Okay. So she talks about some personal issues with her that could relate to other people and then draws it all in to make a challenge group invite. My computer's doing its own thing, so here we go. Okay, another one. Here's her free group. And this is great. Who can't relate to this, really? So this one stood out to me big time when Julie posted it because that's me. That's every mom's life right there. So that jumps out really big. And then she has it all over there. The wording is perfect. And then the link to join the group. Oops. Here's a transformation picture. Awesome way to do a transformation. And then she put her, her story over there, and people like hearing your story. People, you may think that people don't like it and they hate it and they are tired of seeing you. I promise they do like it. If they find something in there that they relate to, then you've drawn them in. So she's got her story there with her transformation. And then, hello, 40 pounds and 21 inches. If that don't jump out at you, I don't know what does. Okay, here's a great one for coaching. I like Kelly King, and I think she's funny, and her posts jump out at me. But like the first line, "Are you nosy?" That makes me want to keep reading. So I just keep reading and jump into it. And I'm already a coach, so imagine if you weren't. Pictures, her nice smiling face, easy text on the side, and then the good content that she has posted. Something to not do. Don't do this. If you have a test group going on where you're talking about, Insanity Max 30, and then you're all waiting for it to be launched, you're like, okay, here it is, it's launched. That's different. But if you're posting it on your Facebook page, don't. Just don't do it. Here it is on the counter, on sale now. Again, they're just going to go, they're going to look it up automatically. They're not going to come to you for that. Shakeology on the left, what's somebody going to do? They're going to click on the Beachbody hashtag, the Shakeology hashtag, 21 Day Fix hashtag. You're out of the picture. It's not your challenger anymore. Same thing over there. They use a stock photo. Don't use stock photos. Use your own. Make everything about you and not so much about Beachbody. Just some more over here. Now, if you were just going to post the picture of the I Love Squats and maybe a box, saying you were getting stuff in the mail or whatever, that'd be great. But again, hashtag Shakeology, hashtag Beachbody. Do some different hashtags. Do ones that, aren't going to generate them 1,000 other coaches when they click on them. Another one, just 21 Day Fix. They're going to Google that. This one, like, where's the content? You can. What can I do? Put some content in there with it. That picture would have been fine if there was something to go with it, but that's just posting the post right there. There's no content there. Profile pictures. Do not have your dog or your brother or your uncle as your profile picture. It needs to be you. Your family, your pets, your whatever, those can be your cover photo. Your cover photo will show more into you and what you're about. But your profile picture is your business card. It's the first thing they see when they look at your Facebook. So your smiling face, headshot, they have no backgrounds behind them. I still have a background on mine. I need to take it off. But that's clear, pretty, shows them their face. Great business card. Very inviting. Okay. So all these tips, I hope something in there helped you, at least a little bit. It's your business. Facebook is where you're going to run everything. So do it right. Make it count. Use these tips. If you read some of these tips and you realize that maybe you were doing some things wrong, don't worry about it. Just go from here forward and do things, this way. I will go back and share with you all some of my first posts. I cringe. When my time hop comes up, I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? That was terrible. We're all new at one point or another, and that's why we're doing this call, is to make everyone see the best way to get challengers to you. So it's not just, we're not just making this stuff up. We've been through it, we've lived it, and this is the best way to get people messaging you and get people interested in the biz. So who's got questions? We're going to go ahead and open it up. Unmute your line if you have a question. Anything at all. Anybody?
Is anybody, how many of you guys are using Instagram along with Facebook? I know that Rachel does a lot on Instagram. Vanessa, you do Instagram? Anybody else? And Stephanie? Okay. So, I mean, again, tonight was definitely dealing with Facebook. So for you Instagram people, if you have other questions, I don't do Instagram. So I can't help you, but we have lots of coaches that if you need to know how to do more Beachbody onto Instagram, some great calls that we have watched from Epic Empire who really cover that. Or you guys get together and talk amongst yourselves how to apply these same things to Instagram principles.
Same thing with the hashtags for Instagram. I wouldn't use 21 Day Fix or Beachbody or anything like that, because you're just going to be lost, like instantly lost.
That's what I was getting ready to address that. On Instagram, your hashtags are what's going to drive people the most, because it's just one picture and you can only have so much text. So you do have to be more careful with your hashtags there.
Okay. I didn't know that. Good to know.
I guess keep it even a little more personal on Instagram than Facebook, even, because I don't think with Instagram that, like with Facebook, the more people click, the more you're seen. It's not necessarily like that with Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is different. I've been trying to research it myself, but I keep avoiding Instagram. I do so well on Facebook, so I'm like, I don't want to branch out, but I need to. I need to branch out.
I have a whole group of, my Instagram was solely mommies at one point from all over the country, and I only had a handful of in real life friends on Instagram, so I have a completely different market there as opposed to what my personal Facebook is. So that's something else that's cool. You can generate more people that you don't really know because you don't have to share as much of your personal stuff, and you can share more of the Beachbody.
Right. That's a good point. One thing I want to say though about all this, don't take any of this and completely change who you are to post. Still make it completely you, because in the beginning I did. I didn't post like me. I kind of changed myself to post like other people. It's fine if you look at, top coaches' stuff and kind of use theirs and run with it, but don't change you, because people are gonna see that. So just post as you, be you. Just use this and apply it to your life. But also don't be scared to post about you and do all these selfies that we all do. Don't be scared. Jump out of your comfort zone. I promise the best things happen when you're out of your comfort zone. Promise. Okay, nobody has any questions?
Okay, I have a question.
Yay!
Oh. Who went first? Is it me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm hearing myself. Okay. Okay, so I have friends who, like, they'll get on Facebook, and so they'll be like, well, Vanessa, like, what is it exactly that you do? Because, you don't actually post anything about Beachbody. You're, like, posting, like, your workouts and stuff. And so it's like they don't want to do it because they're like, well, I don't really even know what she does. So it's like, I'm just going to scroll through there. She's just like a big fitness freak, So I'm like, well, just message me about it. But they're like, because I was asking some people at work, I was like, so do you guys like see my posts? And they're like, yeah, but we don't even like really even know what you do. And so they're saying you need to like advertise Beachbody, you need to do this so that people like can see what you're doing. And so I don't know. I mean, and then there's other people that I'm friends with who sell these diet pills, and they're constantly like advertising it all the time, and they're just generating so many people. And so it makes me think, well, dang, like maybe if I like say something about 21 Day Fix, like people will be like, oh yeah, I want to get that. Like, so I'm kind of confused on like, because I'll post stuff about 21 Day Fix, that I'm doing it, but then it's just not generating people because it's like they still don't know what it is. So I don't know if that even made sense what I was trying to say, but
It did. And, there are some people that will go ahead and message you even when they see you posting about the 21 Day Fix. But there's just some people that they just won't, because they're just that's not their comfort zone, and they'll just look it up. I still have people that that are coming to me now, like just the other day, a girl that I added to our challenge group. I talked to her forever ago about it, but then I never followed up with her, and then she saw what I was doing, and she ordered it on her own. And so you might lose some, but you might get some when you post about the 21-day fix. But how I would do it, if people are saying that, I would kind of be like, people always wonder, like my post would be something like, people always wonder what exactly it is that I do. Let me lay it out for you, and just don't post about Beachbody, but just say, I do this, I work out 30 minutes a day, like this, just like, this is it. That's what I do. Like, that's it. That's me. Take it.
Yeah, I kind of did a post like that the other day, but it didn't. I guess I didn't put it like during the right time of day.
Yeah, and that's hard because, I would. Yeah, you gotta find your right time of day too.
I gotta work with that.
You gotta find your market and find your right time of day and find what they like.
And adding friends on Facebook, I still feel so weird about doing that, like friends of friends, because I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm like a little stalker creeper. I'm going to add you as a friend when really I don't know who you are. But so I just feel so weird doing that. And then they'll pop up on my news feed and I'm just like, who is this? And I'm like, oh yeah, I added them. And I'm like, so
my news feed is filled with people I don't know. And I've been trying really hard lately to stay off of my news feed completely.
Yeah.
So, and it makes it easier since I don't know anybody on my news feed. But
yeah, that feels so weird.
I started too with very few friends and started adding that cold market, like just friend requesting people. And I remember that feeling of feeling so weird. And that's where it comes into the really building relationships, like, because you have to click on those people and then keep track of who those new people are.
Yeah.
Start at the beginning of actually every now and then go look at their page and like something and then comment on something. And eventually it's getting that relationship built up. So you might not ever talk to them about Beachbody 3 months, 6 months, but here I am almost 2 years later, where almost all of my clients that I'm working with are people I had no idea who they were, because your warm market really will run out faster than you think.
Yeah.
And it's amazing the people you do meet, friends through friends through friends, that so many people, I know for us, we go to a big church. And so to start clicking on people, I'm like, okay, this person, they know them. So I have tons of friends now that like people will come up to me at church and things and be like, oh my gosh, I'm loving your free challenge. It's great. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. Good. I'm so glad to do that. So really it builds, but it's that relationship building. And it kind of, as you're like wondering what to post and you hear about the people who are really pushing their products. And I mean, Beachbody just really is big of taking the time to build those relationships.
Yeah.
Like Bryn said, it's a great way to put a post up of this is what I do, because people always wonder. But then it's also just resting on what all of the coaches that have come before you can tell you is the truth of, like, you see your friends who are doing this and you're going to have all of these other people try to tell you what to do, but they haven't been working in this business. And so for Rin and Denise and I and all of the coaches that we know and have access to, it takes time, but this is what's going to work, and it's going to build up your clientele over time. It's not going to give you that instant reward of, hey, I mentioned it and you wanted it. But it is going to give you a faithful following that will then spread and is going to give you that long-term return, which is what you're really looking for. So invest in the process, even though it's frustrating sometimes when you see other people having that quick success.
Yes.
Just trust, because again, those people pushing diet pills and there's so many other systems. That's a one system, bam, it works great. And 2 months later, you're going to see that person and they've already put all that weight back on. They feel crappy again. Whereas if you can get that person after that, like you've been talking to them and they've been watching you, and here you are still having success 6 months later, then they're going to say, okay, Vanessa, I tried these diet pills. They didn't work, but you still seem to be doing, like, what is this you're doing? Because you still love working out and I hate it.
Yeah.
So it's that really subtle, just this information going up.
They're going to
Which-
trust you.
Yeah. It's
They're gonna
hard.
trust you.
It's not, Beachbody is not.
It's like my whole friend system is like, I mean, all of them are taking these pills. It's crazy. And I mean, and I have two good friends who actually sell them. And they're just like, you know, like one of them posted today, I feel like it was kind of a stab in the back, like, oh, I did a background on all these people that do direct sales and how much income that they're making. And it's just like nothing compared to what I'm making, because supposedly she's making like, you know, 6 figures in like 4 months or something crazy. It's like
Keyword, supposedly.
yeah.
And you gotta look at the way that they're making it. Like, I don't know, Beachbody to me is like it's the best company I've ever worked for, period. They want you to focus on you. The personal development comes in, you focus on you and you build you up, and then you build relationships with these people. So Beachbody itself tells you, hey, this is not going to be, you're not going to be rich tomorrow. This is not get rich quick. This is build relationships, work on you, and then boom, it happens. Trust me, for months and months and months, I had a fight to be in Success Club. Like last day of the month, getting that last point to be able to be in Success Club and like sweating it out the whole entire month. I'm over a year in the business, a year and a half now. So I've built up those relationships, and the people that are ordering now, I don't know who they are. Most of them, some of them I do, but most of them I have no idea who they are. They're the people that I've added, and they've watched me. Some of them actually, though, I'll add them, and then the next day they'll message me. I guess they Facebook stalk, but it's that over time consistency. SC25 didn't happen last month from just a month or two of posting it. It took a bit, but you're doing the right things. You're on the right track. You're on the right track.
Okay.
Just don't get frustrated. Do not get frustrated.
That's my problem. I'm getting like so frustrated with it. I'm like, why? I'm posting all this stuff. Why is it not working?
Don't get frustrated. And it's working. People, whether or not they like comment or message you, they're watching. Promise you that they are watching. So if you quit now, they'll be like, whoop, glad I didn't join her. But if you keep going, they're going to come at you. And it's going to pay off. But those diet pill people, they're getting it all the wrong way. They don't build relationships. They just throw product at people, and that's it. I've made so many friends from this too. Like, it's changed my life. So many friends. I talk to Julie and Denise every single day. Like, we made the best of friends with these people. So financially and physically, emotionally, changed my life.
Yeah, and this was going to say, again, it's that trusting in the process, that there's a way to do it and it's going to build. And I know that Denise and Rin and I all heard it from the beginning of like, in those first couple months, it's overwhelming. You're frustrated. You're trying to learn the process. You're trying to figure out what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And there is that self-doubt because you have all of these people telling you different things. And it's just once you get in committing, like, I will be here a year from now. I will be here 2 years from now. I don't care what's going to happen, because those first couple months, you're going to try things and they're not going to work. You're going to try other things and they will work. As well as like Rin said, and I know Denise and I did the same thing. You jump on and you see all these other coaches doing one thing and you're trying to be something that you're not necessarily, it's not you. And so it takes that time to really figure out who you are, what your voice is, what your posts look like, how you talk. So it's just trusting, like, go with the process. Know that some days it's going to work better than others. But 6 months from now, it's going to be so much easier than it is today. And a year from now, it's going to be a million times easier than it is today. And 2 years from now, you're going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, why did I stress so much? That was so retarded. Look at where I am now. Like, you just have to really commit to the process.
I think, because I know, Vanessa, you're new, I'm new, I'm sharing the same struggles, and we're just, it's frustrating. And you see all this, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't even get 1 point. What's going on? But for instance, I was talking to Julie one day, and it was like the very first post that I committed to throwing up. And I was like, I got 193 views. I didn't even know that I had 193 friends. And so it was like, oh, well, okay. Nobody messaged me. No one commented, but it was being watched. And so I think we have to get out of our own heads because I'm there too. I mean,
Yeah.
I have
We got this though.
I have a girl that I went to high school with. She's really into it's one of the competitors. It's the Advocare. She's doing awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Good for her. But like after doing all of my research, because she tried and tried and tried to pull me in. And so I had an It Works, I had an Advocare, and I had Beachbody. I had all three of them coming at me at the same time. And I refused to commit to something that I would not do for myself, because I was like, morally, I can get on here and I can say, okay, buy all this stuff. But to me, I was like, I can't do that. I'm asking somebody to buy something that I won't buy.
Right.
So I think that alone is why I like the Beachbody stuff, and I've decided to give it a shot.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. It's frustrating because you see their success.
Yeah, I just don't get it. Like, it's a quick fix, you know, and you're going to go back to how you were before. I mean, I just don't understand.
Or they'll have to keep spending $200 every month doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like $60 a month for these pills, and
you're filling your body with chemicals, horrible nastiness.
Yeah, I don't get it. And it keeps them from wanting to eat. Like, they just don't eat. I'm like, how is that good for you? There's so much I could say.
People are naive though, because I used to be that way. Like, I tried Advocare and everything, and I was like, I'm just gonna starve myself and work at it that way, and it didn't. Obviously, I'm here, but that, like, their roads will lead them here. So they might try that stuff, and it'll get you discouraged. But I guarantee you, they'll be talking to you.
Okay, I'll keep my hopes up.
No discouragement here.
Yeah. Any other questions about what to post, when to post, how to post?
I think something that would be helpful is to address like some of the apps or things that you use to create these.
Okay. And I think was it you, Rin, that just talked about that?
We have.
I saw a post somewhere.
Too many places. What we were about to talk about. What Denise is about.
Oh, yes.
Let's lead on into
Miss Rachel. Hang on. Go, Denise.
Okay.
Here's the surprise you've been waiting on.
I know. I'm sitting here going, okay. Okay, so big announcement, and this is really exciting. I know Julie, Ren, and I are really excited to be able to bring this to you, but here it is. We are going to provide you with some awesome social media training that's going to show you what to post every single day. So how cool is that? We're really excited about it. It's incredible training. We are going to start that training on the 28th of March. So that's coming up really soon, next week. And we will have a group for that. There'll be some one-on-one calls and things with your personal coach. But we will get that started next week and get all of you involved in that. And it's mind-blowing. It's really incredible. So we're very excited about it. And we hope that you are too. I think once you get in there and you see what it is that we're providing, you're going to go, oh my God, this is awesome. And so we're ready. We're really ready to bring that to the team. We think it's going to make a big difference for you personally and with your comfort zone, and also in your business, in how you can move forward in applying the tools that we are going to be teaching you and providing you every day. So as long as you stay focused on it and dedicated to it, and you commit to it and stay consistent, you will see the benefits of that. Okay? So does everybody have, so that's kind of the big announcement. We're real excited. Everybody go, woohoo. So I know I'm excited. And then if you have a pencil and a calendar or a piece of paper, I want to kind of let you know what's coming up and what we have coming up as far as our groups and our sneak peeks and our coaching at a glances. So if everyone wants to take a second and get something to write with and a scrap of paper or your planner, whatever it is you use, I want to go over these dates with you so you can get them down. And then I will be making calendars to put into our team page so that you'll have one place to be able to look at your dates and make sure that your calendar's matching up, that your planner's matching up with what's coming. So here's what we have going on now. We're currently in our spring challenge group, our spring into shape. On the 21st, which is tomorrow, that is when we are going to start the sneak peek group. So that'll be a challenge sneak peek. It starts tomorrow. We're going to start posting in that group tomorrow. That's what you're adding people to now that may have an interest in joining a challenge. And that is for the challenge that begins on April 4th. So the start date for the actual challenge is April 4th. But we're going to start the sneak peek tomorrow. Then we'll be doing that sneak peek and putting posts in there for everyone. The week of from like the 22nd through the 27th, you are going to want to be posting periodically about our virtual coaching opportunity event. We are going to do the 1-hour event on the 28th of March. And it's from 7 p.m. Central, yes, to 8 p.m. And isn't that when it starts around? Is it 7 or 8?
I think we did this last one at 8, but I'm good with either one. Did we?
So we'll put it, I can't remember.
My calendar's in the room with the loud kids, so.
I was thinking it was from 7 to 8. So we'll do that on the 28th. It'll be an event. We will create an event, and you can share that event link on your wall when you post about it and say, you know, if you're interested, join here. You can talk to people one-on-one through private message, give them a phone call.
I think the 28th is the 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, and then the GSR is going to be the 8 o'clock.
That's right.
Yes.
I need something with 8 o'clock.
7, 8.
Yes. So we will do that call or that event on the 28th. It'll last for 1 hour. Just like we did 3 weeks ago. We'll do that again. It only lasts an hour long. They get all the information they need. It goes by really, really quick. You have to be right there. And it's a lot, I think it's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun than doing like a sneak peek group for coaching. So we'll do that. Also on the 28th of March, that is the order cutoff date for the April 4th challenge group. And the 28th of March is also the first day this new coach training is going to start. And we'll have a kickoff call. Is that kickoff call on Sunday or Monday? The 27th or 28th?
It'll be, you mean the kickoff call for the challenge group?
For the GSR.
Oh, that's Thursday, right?
That's
Oh, yeah,
Thursday, this Thursday, the
That is
24th.
Thursday.
If we're starting the training on the 28th, or are we
Yeah.
starting it on the 4th?
The 28th.
The 28th.
Okay. So then this Thursday is when we were talking
This
about.
Thursday on March 24th at 8 p.m. Central, we are going to do a getting started right with all of the new coaches. And it'll be a kickoff call. And we'll post more information about that in the team page. On the 29th through April 3rd, you'll want to advertise for that challenge group. that starts on April 4th. Is that right? Yes. Because we'll have a,
Isn't the cutoff date on the 28th for the group?
yes, so that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I'll have to reread my notes on that one. We'll be advertising for something that week. And it might be the following challenge group. I can't remember. Then on April 4th, the next challenge group starts. And we will also then start advertising for our sneak peek. For the April 25th challenge group. On the 12th of April, you'll start advertising for the virtual coaching sneak peek. That starts on the 18th of April. And then your order cutoff date for the April 25th challenge group is going to be April 18th. So that's kind of what the next few weeks look like. I won't go through the whole year with you. I'm going to end up posting the calendars and stuff in the team page, but essentially, we have a challenge group sneak peek every 3 weeks. We have a virtual coach sneak peek every 3 weeks. We have a challenge group starting every 3 weeks. And they're all rotated. So you have a challenge group, sneak, you have the coach sneak, you have a challenge group start. But they're all 3 weeks apart. Every coaching sneak peek is 3 weeks apart. Every challenge group is 3 weeks apart. And every challenge group sneak peek is 3 weeks apart. So it kind of helps you think in cycles of 21 days. Everything we do will be in cycles of 21 days. Does that make sense? Did I lose anyone? I almost lost myself.
That's a lot of numbers and a lot of dates. So
exactly.
Just of looking at the Epic Alliance page, all of these numbers Denise and Ren and I are making and getting that schedule coordinated. So we will just provide that for you. So keep checking into that page, and we'll be telling you when to start advertising, when things are coming up, as well as start thinking about, as coaches, you're going to want to take 1 or 2 of these challenge groups and do it along with Ren and Denise and I, where we're teaching you everything. And then we're going to kick you out of the nest eventually to start running these on your own. But just for the next while, just stay plugged into Epic Alliance and look for those dates. And we'll try to create some visuals that might make it a little easier. But don't let it overwhelm you. That's a lot of numbers.
There's a lot of numbers. Like you're looking at your calendar going, oh my God. But
you should see the
really will have all of that listed out for you.
So those are all those numbers. And remember Super Saturday coming up. So find a Super Saturday to get to. And there was one other thing I was going to say that I just forgot.
While you're thinking, I'm just going to throw this out there. If you're not excited enough about this training, y'all, if we would have had this training when we first started, holy, our business would have been through the roof. Like, it is insane. I am excited about it. I'm going to use it and do it. Seriously, like, get pumped because it's about to change your life.
Yeah. And the thing, like Rachel, when you first asked about like, well, what apps do you use? That's like one of the first posts. It goes through and says, okay, making videos. These are all the apps you can use. These work for computers. These work for phones. If you want to make videos, these are the apps to use. This is what they do. This is why this one's different than that one. Versus all of us when we started, we were like, I don't know how to do this. And it would take months to figure out, well, Denise was always like, I have an Android phone. You guys are always talking about this and it doesn't even work on my phone. So that will all be there, laid out day to day. It makes it so much easier.
It's life-changing.
it is worth being excited about for this type of business. Oh, and I remember tomorrow morning, Monday morning, national wake up calls. If you're not listening to them, start. That is what was really essential for me plugging into this business. I signed on because I wanted that 25% discount on Shakeology. I was not planning on doing coaching at all. I just happened to get put in Jatana's like group because I had signed up as a coach. She just threw me in there, and I see these like national wake up calls beyond. And I was like, am I supposed to listen to this? So I just did it because I'm good at doing what I'm told to do. And so I dialed in, and that is what got me excited about the business. That's what really started teaching me about it, like figuring out what the potential was, how to connect to people, hearing other coaches' stories, and really plugging in. So if you have not listened to National Wake Up Call on Monday morning, listen to them. They are essential for just keeping you excited about the business and for training. And they're always recorded. You can listen to them all week long. So if you can't listen to it on Monday mornings, go back during the week and listen to it on replay. And there's also in your Coach Online office, you can find years worth of them from every Monday from the past couple of years. And they are totally worth going back and listening to. So don't miss that tomorrow morning. The code number will be posted in Epic Alliance. We always try to put that blurb up to tell you who's speaking, but do that tomorrow morning. That's all I got.
And I think the great thing about them too is we should never hear an excuse that says, I don't have time to do that national wake up call. Well, I don't sit there and listen to it. I cook dinner, I fold laundry, I sweep my floor. I've got it on, and I've got it loud enough that I can hear it as I keep doing other things too. And it's like, listening to an audible book. You're not going to just sit there and listen to the book. You can get up and move around, and that's what's great about them is there's nothing to look at. It's just an audible recording. And so there's always time to have that playing while you're doing other things that you have, other obligations. Because I used to think, gosh, I don't have time for those. And I thought, well, that's just really silly. I don't have to just sit here. I was just sitting there. But I was new. I mean, nobody told me. And I just sat there and I thought, wow, this is taking forever. I've got so many things to do. And then it just clicked with me like, why am I sitting here? And so, but it's one of those newbie things that you go through. And so I just wanted to point that out. Don't make a rookie mistake like I did and think you have to sit there while you're listening to it. So, Ren, I need to see your face. Now you all have to smile.
Picture time.
Yeah, if you do pictures, sometimes it's good to post. You can just do posts about your pictures too. Like, look, it was so exciting to be on my team call and meeting all of these new people. I love this. So silly things we do. All right. Any other last minute questions? We've kept you on here more than an hour, so you're free. You are free. Thank you for being here and giving us your time. I know it's hard at the end of a Sunday.
I'm going to stop
Thank you.
recording.